Welcome everyone back to my channel for another fairy tale. This is called Boots and the Troll, and it's actually a Norse fairy tale by Sir George Webb Dasent. Once upon a time, there was a poor man who had 3 sons. When he and his wife died, the 2 elder lads set off into the world to try their luck. But the youngest boy they wouldn't have with them at any price. As for you, they said, you're fit for nothing but to sit and poke about in the ashes of the fire in the kitchen. So the 2 went off and managed to find jobs at the palace. One lad went to work for the coachman, and the other went to work for the gardener. But the youngest boy, whom all called Boots, he set off too, and took with him a great, long, bread-kneading trowel, which was the only thing his parents left behind them, but which the other 2 would not bother themselves with. It was heavy to carry, but it was the only thing he had to remind him of his parents, so he did not like to leave it behind. Boots carried the great long bread-kneading trowel on his back, and after he had trudged a bit, he too came to the palace and asked for a job. The servants in each department told him they did not need him, but he begged and begged so persuasively that at last he got leave to work in the kitchen and carrying wood and water for the kitchen maid. He was quick and ready, and in a little while everyone liked him. But the 2 others were dull, and so they got more kicks than money and grew quite envious of Boots when they saw how much better he got on. Just opposite the palace, across a lake, lived a troll, who had 7 silver ducks, which swam on the lake so that they could be seen from the palace. These the king had often longed for, and so, to stir up trouble, the 2 elder brothers told the coachman this indeed. Oh, if our brother only wanted to, he could easily get those for the king, those silver ducks. You may fancy it wasn't long before the coachman told this to the king, and the king called Boots before him and said, "Your brothers say you can get me the silver ducks, so now go and fetch them." "I'm sure I never thought or said anything of the kind," said the lad, totally astonished, and not a little bit alarmed. "You did say so, and you shall fetch them," insisted the king, who would not take no for an answer. "Well, well," said the lad, "needs must, I suppose. But give me a bushel of rye and a bushel of wheat, and I'll try what I can do." So the boy was given the bushel of rye and the bushel of wheat, and he put them into the kneading trough he had brought with him from home, got into it, and rowed across the lake. When he reached the other side, he began to walk along the shore, and to strew the grain, and at last he coaxed the ducks into his kneading trough, and rowed back as fast as ever he could. When he got half over, the troll came out of the house and set eyes on him. "Halloa!" roared out the troll. "It is you that has gone off with my 7 silver ducks." "Aye, aye," said the lad. "Then just you wait till I get my hands on you," roared the troll. Of course, when Boots got back to the king with the 7 silver ducks, he was more liked than ever before. The king was very pleased indeed. "Well done, lad, well done. But at this his brothers grew more and more spiteful and envious, and so they went and told the coachman that their brother had said that if he wanted to, he was man enough to get the king the troll's bed quilt, which had a gold patch and a silver patch, and a silver patch and a gold patch. And this time too, the coachman was not slow in telling all this to the king. So the king said to the lad how his brothers had said he was good to steal the troll's bed quilt with gold and silver patches. So now he must go do it, or lose his life. Boots answered that he had never thought or said any such thing, but when he found there was no help for it, he begged the king for 3 days to think over the matter. So when the 3 days were gone, he rode over in his kneading trough and went spying about. At last he saw those in the troll's cave came out, and they hanged the quilt out to air. And as soon as they had gone back into the face of the rock, Boots pulled the quilt down and rode away with it as fast as he could. And when he was half across, out came the troll and set eyes upon him and roared out, "Hallo, ha! It is you went off with my 7 silver ducks." "Aye, aye," said the lad. "And now have you taken my bed quilt with a silver patch, a gold patch, and a gold patch, a silver patch?" "Aye, aye," said the lad. "Then just you wait till I get my hands on you," bellowed the troll. But when Boots got back with the gold and silver patchwork quilt, everyone was fonder of him than ever, and he was made the king's body servant. At this, the other two were still more vexed, and, to be revenged, they went and told the coachman, "Now our brother has said that if he wants, he is man enough to get the king the gold harp which the troll has, and that harp is of such a kind that all who listen when it is played grow glad, however sad that they may be." Yes, of course, the coachman went and told the king, and this time he said to the lad, "If you have said this, you shall do it. If you do it, you shall have the princess and half the kingdom. If you don't, you shall lose your life." "I'm sure I never thought or said anything of that kind," the lad answered. "But if there's no help for it, I may as well try. But I must have 6 days to think about it." Yes, he might have 6 days, but when they were over, he must set out. Then he took a long iron nail, a birchwood pin, and a waxen candle end in his pocket, and rode across. He walked up and down before the troll's cave, looking stealthily about him. So when the troll came out, he saw him at once, for Boots was right in front of him. "Ho, ho," roared the troll, "it is you who took my 7 silver ducks." "Aye, aye," said the lad. "And it is you who took my bed quilt with gold patch, silver patch?" "Aye, aye," said the lad. So the troll caught hold of him at once and took him off into the cave in the face of the rock. "Now, daughter dear," said the troll, to his daughter, of course, "I caught the fellow who stole the silver ducks and my bed quilt with gold and silver patches. Put him into the fattening coop and feed him up. When he's fat, we'll kill him. Make a feast for our friends." The troll's daughter was willing enough, and put him at once in the fattening coop, and there he stayed 8 days, fed on the best, both in meat and drink, and as soon as he could cram. So, when the 8 days were over, the troll said to his daughter to go down and cut him in his little finger, so that they might see if he were fat. Down she came to the coop. "Out with your little finger," she said. But Boots stuck out his long iron nail, and she cut at it. Nay, nay, he's still hard as iron still, said the Troll's daughter when she got back to her father. We can't cook him yet. After another 8 days, the same thing happened, and this time Boots took out his birchwood pin. He's a little better, she said, when she got back to the Troll, but he'll be hard as wood to chew. When another 8 days were gone, the Troll said, Daughter, go down, see if he's fat now. Out with your little finger, said the Troll's daughter. But she reached the coop, and this time Boots stuck out the waxen candle end. Now he'll do nicely, she said. Will he? Said the Troll. Well then, I'll just set off and ask the guests. Meantime, you must kill him, roast him half, boil him half. So when the Troll had been gone a little while, the daughter began to sharpen a great long knife. Is that what you're going to kill me with? Asked the lad. Yes, it is, she said. But it isn't sharp, said the lad. Just let me sharpen it for you, and then you'll find it easier to work. You'll find it easier to kill me. So she let him have the knife, and he began to rub and sharpen it on the wheatstone. Just let me try it on one of your hair plaits. Just your hair, that is, so that we might be sure that it's quite right. And he got leave to do that, but at the same time he grasped the plait of hair, he pulled back her head, and at one gash cut off the Troll's daughter's head, and half of her he roasted, and half of her he boiled, and served it all up. After that he dressed himself in her clothes, and sat away in the corner. So when the Troll came home with his guests, he called out to his daughter, for he thought all the time it was his daughter, to come and take a snack. No, thank you, said the lad. I don't care for food. I'm so sad and downcast. Oh, said the Troll, if that's all, you know the cure. Take the harp and play a time on it. Yes, said the lad. But where has it got to? I can't find it. Why, you know well enough, as you used it last, the Troll answered. Where should it be but over the door yonder? The lad did not wait to be told twice. He took down the harp and went in and out, playing tunes. But all at once he showed off the kneading trough, jumped into it, and rode off, so that the foam flew around the trough. After a while, the Troll thought, my daughter's been a terribly long time. What a long while gone. So he went out to see what ailed her, and then he saw the lad in the trough far, far out on the lake. Hallo, ha, is that you? He roared. That took my 7 silver ducks. Aye, aye, said the lad. Is that you that took my bed quilt with the gold and silver patches? Yes, said the lad. And now you are taken off my golden harp. Yes, said the lad. I've got it sure enough. And haven't I eaten you up, all of you then? No, no, 'twas your own daughter you ate, answered the lad. But when the Troll heard that, he was so sorry, he burst. And then Boots rode back, and took a whole heap of gold and silver with him, as much as the Troll could carry. And so, when he came to the palace with the gold harp, he got the princess and half the kingdom, as the king had promised him. And, for his brothers, he treated them well, for he thought they had only wished him good when they said what they had said. The end. And that's the tale of Boots and the Troll. An interesting twist on another tale, I think, don't you? There's a couple that are all very similar, but this is Obviously, it's from way back. With it being so old, it kind of makes sense. Thank you for listening. I truly appreciate it. Please hit the like, share if you can, and if you're on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. It would be much appreciated. Many blessings.